So I was talking about the lady on the video said there's a little thing right there, and you unclick this and you take these two screws out and you pull that out and you clean that and you put it back in, and that fixes that. So I wasn't planning on working on that today, but it feels pretty good to be out here. Maybe I should rethink my plans, especially if I've got the right torque wrench to reach over in there and pop that thing loose. I might be able to clean that off right quick. Let's see what I got that I can reach in there with. I'll be right back. I'm not going to make a real detailed video on how to get that out. I'm going to refer you back to that other young lady's video that I was telling you about earlier. But I'm going to go ahead and remove that if I can. And then we'll clean it up and we'll put it back on there and see if it'll fit. This is a little T20 Torx socket here. The hard part is getting that, not just getting it loose, but getting it out of there without dropping it. I may have a little Torx screwdriver handle that I can stick up in there. I think I'll use this rather than this, because the problem with these things, you get up under there and this falls out of that and it falls down to the motor, you never see it again. If I can put a pair of pliers on this and turn it, that'd be a lot more stable. Give me a flashlight and the magnet. The hardest part is getting the screw, your torque wrench down in there onto that thing. So far, the other hardest part is you're not losing it. I'll take it out. That might be where the magnet comes in. I'm going to bring y'all over here so you can see what I'm doing. This line here came off pretty easy. There's a little flip thing here, and you just pull that right out of there. It goes right in there. The part that's hard is down in there. If you can see that wrench, that screwdriver right there, it goes in up under that line, and it goes to a screw that looks like this back in there. That's the hard part to get out, and the other hard part is going to be to not lose it. So I think what I'm going to do is start turning it. I've actually got it turning a little bit. I've got a little magnetic thing here. I think I'm going to stick it right down in there to try to catch that screw when it comes out. So there's no way I can set this camera up where y'all can watch that. So I'm just going to put you back over here, but that's what I'll be doing while I try to get that thing to come out. A lot of times when you're turning something like this, you should press it in while you turn it. Once the screw comes past the end of the thread, you can feel it click. Every time it goes around, it'll click. It's going to the end of the screw and then clicking back down in there. And that's how you can tell that it's loose and ready to come out. See, now I just heard it click. Now what I'm going to try to do is stick this magnet down in here, position it, so that it grabs that screw. I'll pull this out. When I go to put it back in, I'm probably going to put it in about the same way. That's good that I didn't lose it taking it out. Now getting it back in there. By the way, I said I wasn't going to work on this. You see what I'm doing, right? So, taking this over here for the moment. Here, take this top one loose, and that thing's going to pop right out in my hand. Now, I mentioned a while ago that as you're turning that and you hear it click, you'll know it's loose, and that might not have been real easy to understand unless you see it. So I'm just going to show you on this one because it's up top. Now you see that screw there. Now I'm putting pressure toward the front of the car, pressure down on the screw. And as I turn it, once it goes past where the threads end, you'll see it click, and it just did it. Do it. See that click right there? That's me pushing toward the thing, and as the screw comes out in the threads, it'll reach a point where it don't go anymore, and it'll click back down in there. That's how you know that it's loose. Now what I don't want to do, just like on the other side, is drop that. So I gotta make sure I pull that out. Now I can see there's a little bit of, see that orange stuff, well, that's some kind of rubberized instant gasket material, which means somebody's had that off before. If they've had that off and they've gotten instant gasket material anywhere near it, there's a good chance that the instant gasket material is the problem, because that stuff will get in there and it'll stop things up. This is supposed to have an O-ring on it, and it turns out that O-ring's got lost. That could be why they put instant gasket in. Let's see what we get. Pull it out. The O-ring looks good, and to be honest with you, this doesn't look too bad. See what that looks like? It's not too gunky. I will clean it up good though. And the O-ring is right there, so that's good. I'm going to ease that O-ring off of there. And I'm going to get me a toothbrush and some carburetor cleaner. And we'll clean that up. Let me go find me a little toothbrush. I should have one somewhere. Well, what I might do instead is just try doing it with a rag. I've seen people scrub these pretty well with a brush, but let's take a rag and soak it. Try that. Oh, look at that. It looks shiny and new. Look at that. Ooh, that worked good. That's lovely. Very lovely. That looks really good. Looks better than the ones I see on TV where they did them with a toothbrush. So let's see if we can get that back in there. It's got a little wear on it right there. I don't know. Okay. I'll put the O-ring back on it. See if I can slide it back into place without losing that screw we talked about a while ago. What I'll do is I'll take that top screw and I'll put it in there with my fingers. I think I'll put a little tiny bit of lubricant on it, on that screw. Let me see this. Oh yeah. One of the things somebody recommended was to clean out the hole that goes into, and I guess I can reach that. I could put a little carburetor cleaner here and just poke that in there while I'm cleaning. First guy I saw do this took that whole little throttle body thing off and did the inside and worked on it on the table. That's probably not a bad idea. I think maybe. If I have any trouble with this after I do it, I might go that length, but I might not have to. Okay, the tricky part is going to be getting this other screw in there without having it fall down in the motor. We talked about that earlier. I'm going to put a little bit of lubricant on it also. I can try sticking it in there on the end of a magnet, but then I'm going to have to reach down in there and hold it. So when I pull the magnet off, I don't pull it out. Well, you get your finger back in there to grab that. And now that screw's in there. Got the magnets out. I should be able to take this and reach up under the wire. There. Get over in here. Okay, that's done. So now, give her a try. Okay, that did not fix it, but I could take that throttle body off like that other fella did and clean it, or I could look at another option. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. I took the breather off and she's idling. like that. So, what do we think, boys and girls? I'd say dirty breather. Yeah, I think it's a dirty breather. Okay, so let's shut it off and we'll make a trip to the parts store tomorrow. Actually, just for fun, I could do something like this. I could put this back in place here. Put this back on there. Oh, that's full of dirt. Mercy sakes. Looks like I will. Well, I stuck it back on and it didn't quit, but I think the new breather is in order, just still the same. I think I might have mentioned earlier that the person this car belonged to is not known for committing a lot of maintenance to their motorized vehicles based on my past experience. So I suppose it wouldn't hurt to take a look at a few things like the bells and hoses and things. Happy to have it running. That's you know, you got a car that's running, it's always a big improvement over one that's not. I guess I could use a little bit of this carburetor cleaner and wash my hands with it. And then drive around the block again. See how she does. Oh, joy. Well, that works. I think this stuff's mostly acetone anyway. Acetone makes pretty good hand cleaner, but it's not good for you. Probably don't want to touch it too much, but you know, what the heck. Hardly anything is good for you anymore these days, right? I shouldn't say that. I got friends dying of cancer and stuff, so I ought to be more careful. My dad died of industrial waste in his lungs from working in a factory all his life, so I ought to be more carefuler. Make a note to myself to be more carefuler.